idea on a napkin and it became a limitless scale tech company poised for exit? What if you had a vision of eliminating an inefficiency in your community, industry, or the world, and you had a chance to co-found a company and bring this product or service to the market? What if we could positively impact every social issue with tech? 10x Tech Tank is the #1 daily show for everything tech entrepreneurship. And whether you are technical or not, you will learn, be inspired, and witness transformation in the making. People will share tech ideas on napkins. People will showcase minimum viable tech products. People will explain their cash-flowing tech companies looking for acceleration. And if the person is right, and their idea is right, and the market is right, and the business model is right, then there's a great chance you will witness some serious magic. We are on a mission to build, scale, and sell 10,000 tech companies in 10 years. And we invite you to make history with us. Together, we achieve more. What if you knew about Instagram or Slack or Clubhouse when the company was raising a friends and family round at $10,000 per person? What if you were able to see all the tech companies that Grant Cardone and Jared Yellin have co-founded in one place and invest in any that excite you? What if you were able to expand your portfolio into early stage tech companies with extraordinary founders and teams? 10x Tech Angels is the most unique investment club that you will ever find, because not only will you see some of the most innovative tech companies at the lowest valuations ever, but you will also be educated on how to pick tech winners, meet other members of our community, and experience the excitement associated with taking an early idea to exit. Become one of the founding members of 10x Tech Angels for an exclusive offer with some extraordinary bonuses. To learn more, visit 10xtechangels.com.
We are back with another entrepreneur in the tank. What is your name and where are you calling from?
My name's Angela Sanfani. I'm calling from Central Ohio.
Awesome. Well, thank you for being here. We're really excited to hear your big idea. I see you already have your slides shared, so please take it away. You got 5 minutes. Share your tech idea.
Okay, so my business, Empower, has to do with the reaction to the pandemic. So what seems like a lifetime ago, doctors and hospitals were something we rarely thought of. However, today we can barely get through a day without statistics of illness and death, and our world has abruptly been consumed by fear. But we can do something about that. We can use the power of technology to mitigate the fear and help people get their power back and heal faster. So last month, my husband became very ill and nearly died. He ended up in the ICU and his prognosis was very grim. We were shocked at the medical providers' low expectations of his healing and the culture of the hospital. I knew he could survive, and I told him that over and over and over again. My husband did survive. And not only did he survive, he turned the corner very quickly and was released in half the time. Mark credits his recovery to the power of encouragement. I wrote notes of empowerment on the whiteboard in his room. I would text him. I spoke these during his conversations with him. I would celebrate the amazing abilities of his body and the millions of systems that were working properly. And that is all we focused on. The doctors and nurses were focused on, so I gave him his power back. The doctors and nurses were focused on the illness. So our conversations focused on the good. The main point is this: the doctors and other medical providers are there to discuss and treat the weaknesses in the body. So that is all they talk about. And that is all the patient hears over and over and over again. One can only imagine what it plays on the psyche. I saw it happening to my husband, and I quickly jumped into wife mode, nurse mode, whatever you call it. The human mind is being attacked. This is not being discussed, let alone dealt with. When our kids are sick, we distract them any way we can. We play lullabies, read them stories, talk about happy things, we empower them. Adults deserve the same treatment. We are all scared and we all need encouragement. We all need a cheerleader. And we can help. We can help through technology. Through positive messages, we can give power back, just like I did with my husband. By playing calm music, nature sounds, beautiful photos, we can give patients hope. We can remind them of the strength inside their body. These techniques are nothing new to medical community. I'm a specialized biofeedback practitioner, and I live in this world that blends science and holistic measures. And we can do that all through the hospital. Help healing, this is biofeedback, alternative medicine, through technology, through monitors, through whiteboards. I think the biggest thing to note is that the medical providers need this as well. They're so beaten down. So many people have died. The PTSD that's going on, I saw in the hospital, is outrageous. And we need to help them as well. Because we can have a good experience in the hospital and we can help heal people. So why we are the perfect partnership? Because 10X Incubator can get the information out so quickly with your power, with your unprecedented speed and magnitude. Together we can mitigate fear and help people heal. And actually, I wrote a book, ICU Room 6, that's coming out soon, to tell the story of hope, to encourage people, empower people, and let them know that they don't have to be afraid.
Awesome. Well, you can stop sharing your screen. I'm very happy that your husband is healthy now. We deeply align too with what you shared on how you helped him get there as well. And it's sad that so many people are living in such a state of fear that's what's actually killing them. So I appreciate you for sharing this. What's the tech in this? Like, what's the tech solution?
So, we can jump on our phones and we can use Insight Timer. We can use all these different apps to meditate. My family's really big into holistic meditation and calming the nervous system with music. There's so many things, but there's nothing systematic out there. And for a majority of the population, they don't even realize that they can tap into that. And unfortunately, it's the majority that's in fear. When COVID hit, I sat my family down and said, COVID's not taking anybody out here. Like, we're not afraid of that. Like, we have power. We do everything we need to do. We know how to react to our bodies when our bodies, go into that fight or flight. So what we need to do is we need to systematically provide something in the hospitals, either on their phone or on a whiteboard, to provide them, deep breathing when the blood pressure goes up, panic attacks, deep breathing, beautiful pictures, beautiful music, all of that, brings us back to who we really are. And that is not in a state of fear. And I know Grant talks about fear a lot.
So what's the financial, so I agree with you 100%. So, and it's needed. And this needs to replace all the media so that people can just get back to happiness and hope and abundance. But what's the financial model? So it's an app that has the calming music, it has the meditation, it has maybe some personal development inside of it, things to distract the person who might not be feeling well. So they start focusing on possibility versus the anchor holding them back, which is their health at the moment, and realizing that they can get their health back. It's going to come back. But what's the economic? Are they paying monthly for this app? Is it a one-time?
This is something that I see it in the hospitals because that's where it's needed. Again, it's not just needed for the patient. My husband sat, ironically, in ICU with a TV on with COVID ads, talking about basically encouraging fear. And so we have these healthy TVs, we have these TVs that are right there. I wrote on the whiteboard, "You got this, sexy." And you know what? He claims that, those encouraging words is what got him through. And within 2 days, he was sitting up in bed playing Scrabble while everyone else on that unit was dying. And only thing I did was go in there and I said, you know what? We're badasses. This is not taking us out. And, people need to hear those words, just like children. I have 7 children. It's all about the presentation. It's all about how you present things. And when they're only hearing fear, there needs to be an option on the TV screen. Additionally, in the monitors in the hospitals, because unfortunately, the people walking in there to visit them expect that their loved ones are going to die too. So, and this is, I believe, something that could be in schools. Public schools are, in dire need of positivity and encouragement. Our kids need it. It could be in businesses. I just think it could be, sold to companies, schools, hospitals, and even on apps at phone for people that are at home healing to, help people heal and just shift the culture. And the reason that I did this is because I think that
let's do our audience thinks, Angela, because obviously there's a need for this for sure. So what does our audience think? So A, would you use something like this? And B, should we move forward in due diligence? Eric, what are you thinking?
So I first want to start off with, how much we agree with you. And I'm going to say this slowly so YouTube can transcribe it perfectly and hopefully they kick us off for this. But I fully agree that if you go to a doctor and they don't ask you about how much you're sleeping, they don't ask about your mental state, they don't ask about your nutrition, your activity, you don't have a doctor, you have a drug dealer. And so I completely agree with the problem that you're identifying. I'm not actually totally clear, though, on the solution that you're bringing to the table. We're always looking for what is the problem? How are people solving this problem today? And then how is this 10 times better than what the status quo is? And we asked about what the technology would be. And then you kind of went into, we would sell it to hospitals. And I wasn't quite sure what the technology would be, but I want to give you the benefit of the doubt. This is just a 5-minute presentation. Our team, I want them to reach out to you and send you a document that's going to have you go deeper into the idea so that we can review it in written format. And it's going to ask you about the business model and the tech that you would need and what your competition is. And I just want to go a little bit deeper into this.
Yeah, so I agree. We stand for it. We stand for it. It's needed. There needs to be a completely different story. It's being told, and it needs to be told really loud and everywhere. So we want to support you in that capacity. But if you were to say today, well, let's do this, I wouldn't know what that is. Like I wouldn't know what that thing is. And what we're looking for is that true solution. So this document we're going to send you, it's going to take you a little bit of time, but go through and answer all these questions because it's going to help you start to identify these are the features that I'm going to need inside of this solution. This is how I'm going to go to market and scale it. This is the financial model it's going to attach to it. So go through that process. We're saying yes because of you and because we stand for what you stand for. We're not saying yes because of the solution because we don't know what the solution is yet, but I'm confident that as you go through this exercise, you'll be able to uncover the solution and then you'll be able to communicate it with us. And there might be something there. We appreciate you. Congratulations again for helping your husband. And I'm so happy that he's healthy and you have 7 kids. You're an amazing mom. So kudos to you. And we can't see what this process leads you to. And thanks for coming to the tank. All right. After commercial break, we'll have another entrepreneur in the tank.
What if there was a simple business toolkit that got you paid by your clients, customers, and patients? What if you can set up your account in seconds and begin benefiting from all of the features in minutes? What if this entire platform is free? Business Toolkit is revolutionizing the way small businesses and sole proprietors are running their businesses by enabling you to manage your sales process from one platform from start to finish. Imagine canceling your expensive scheduling software, or discontinuing your clunky invoicing software, or eliminating your pricey task management software, and instead using one platform, your Business Toolkit, to drive your business forward. And don't forget, Business Toolkit is free. Sign up ASAP and begin saving money while you make way more money than ever before.
We are back with another entrepreneur in the tank. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Sure. My name is Dwayne Foreman. I'm from Long Island, New York.
Awesome. Well, thanks for being here from New York. You got 5 minutes. Please share your big tech idea.
Sure. So I would like to read off my pitch, if that's okay with you guys.
Of course, go for it.
So, all right. Have you ever wondered why most people get bored with dating apps and go through a continuous cycle of deactivating and reactivating their profile? The majority of the apps are outdated while lacking the reflection of how dating has truly evolved. My name is Dwayne, and as the CEO and founder of the Shoot Your Shot dating app, I'm looking to change that. Shoot Your Shot experience is in a league of its own, no pun intended. Think of being that one MVP player looking to join your team. You will go through a scouting, drafting, tryout, and cuffing phase. The app is currently in beta testing and has not yet officially launched and needs to be polished by a professional development team. My end goal is to scale this business and resell for a huge profit, and I cannot do that alone. I'm looking for assistance with development, marketing, and funding to make this a huge success. When you bet on Shoot Your Shot, you're betting on me, someone who works 2 jobs, going without a social life, and invested my very own money to make this dream a reality. Who's ready to shoot your shot with Shoot Your Shot?
Cool. What makes it unique? So there's a lot of dating sites out there. What makes this dating site unique?
Sure. So this particular app, I would like to share my screen with you guys, just so you can see. Give me 1 second. All right, can you see my screen?
It's coming up. Yep.
Okay, perfect. So I would like to play the intro if you don't mind. It's going to go through it's a 2-minute promo. I'm not sure if you guys have seen it just yet. 1 second.
Sure.
All right, wait, let's take a step back. Hold on. So I like that video is pretty interesting, but
yeah.
So I'm going to tell you a story real quick, and I promise it's going to be worth it.
I love Eric's stories.
So
all right, let's get ready for it.
So when you build a dating app, you need to build an app that is made for women. So as I tell you the story, how are you going to solve the problem for the women, right? So what Tinder did was they took a look at the other dating sites. And so like on eHarmony, you could message as many women as you wanted, and there's no blocking you. You just saw women and you just started messaging them. And
right.
So what Tinder did was they were like, well, actually you have to match and get confirmed with people first. So now women wouldn't get spammed with a ton of messages. They would only get messages from guys that they wanted to receive messages from. And then of course, Bumble took it a step further. And now the girls had to message first. So now the spam was reduced tremendously even more.
Yeah.
So in your app, how are you making it, like what problem are you solving for women in the dating space? It literally does not matter about the men. If you can get women on the platform, you get men onto the platform.
Your knowledge of dating apps is off the charts. Look at this.
So, well, and then fun fact, while we're still doing this, Whitney Wolf was the chief marketing officer of Tinder. Awesome woman. She's a great marketer. She would go to sororities and she would go one by one and have all the girls. She would do a full presentation, make their accounts, get them, she would take pictures for them to put onto their accounts. I can see you actually do that. Like, here, take the picture, put it on. All right, now you're good.
I like being added to the.
Yeah.
I made the Wikipedia article on that.
Oh yeah, exactly. And actually, yeah, there is a story behind that too. But then, so then she would have a full scheduled presentation for the sororities, and then she would literally just go over to the sister or brother fraternity and then just drop off a flyer. And that's all she had to do. Right.
Yeah.
But she was solving problems for the women. So what problem are you solving for the women?
Sure. So that's a great point. That's a great point. When I specifically made it, I was looking to solve a problem. I was actually, looking at different dating apps, and they look like really outdated. It doesn't look like it connected, with any things that were up to date. And I know you had mentioned Bumble. That's a great point there, because as you mentioned, like, you have to, I believe the guy has to message, the girl has to message the guy. So that's a great point. But with my dating app, I just want to read this off to you. This is the problem here. So meet Jasmine, a young, smart, well-paid African-American woman who has used several dating apps. However, she cannot find a partner online due to a scarcity of matches. Jasmine feels the current dating app communities available do not cater to her. The majority are outdated while lacking the reflection of how dating has truly evolved from a decade ago until now. Jasmine craves a new and fun dating community that can provide her with a range of possible matches from all walks of life. She wants a dating app that is modern and inclusive. So when I did Shoot Your Shot, I know you guys heard of the term. I wanted something like really cool, really something different that can connect with the culture, the community, using all the different terms, the verbiage. I wanted to go through a different process, like you're literally playing in a basketball game and you're looking to be recruited. You go through a scouting, drafting, and tryout phase. But as you mentioned, to the point where basically just solving, the issue for the woman, I think that's a great point. And I'm willing to, make any adjustments that I need to target towards just the women. As you said, I think that's what's really going to make the dating app win.
How does it make money right now? How does it make money, Dwayne? Or how will it make
So
money?
it hasn't officially launched. I poured money into development, marketing, the marketing as far as getting the name out there, not actually marketing to acquire the users just yet. So it hasn't just launched yet. I'm looking for an actual team. I work two jobs. I spend a lot of money, making this thing happen.
How will it make? What is the
Okay.
vision for how will it make?
That's a great question. And this is my first time doing any type of pitch. So sorry about that, guys, if I'm a little nervous going through this.
Doing great.
All right. So the revenue. So basically, when you initially sign up, you get 50 free cuffs per 12 hours. So after you do, the cuffs is essentially a swipe, left swipe or a right swipe. So you can cuff or curve meaning left swipe, cuff meaning the right swipe. So after you run out of your 50 free cuffs, then you can purchase 5 cuffs at $2.99, 10 cuffs at $4.99, or 20 cuffs at $9.99. So that's how you actually match with people. Now, in order to initiate a chat, we call that shots. So basically, you get 5 free shots available to the user when you first create an account. Thereafter, the user must purchase additional shots to initiate a chat. So the 5 shots start at $3.99, and these are all in-app purchases. And then you have your all-star picks, which is when you gain top profile status within the user's area for the 30 minutes. 1 all-star pick is at $6.99. 5 all-star picks will be at $5.99 each, and 10 all-star picks is going to be at $3.99 each. And then you have the MVP upgrade, which is all-inclusive. You get unlimited cuffs, unlimited shots. You can see who likes you, 1 all-star pick per month, and you can rewind your last swipe. That's at $9.99 per month. So the first 3, the cuff, shots, and all-star picks are in-app purchases. And then the MVP upgrade is all-inclusive, where you get all 3 combined.
Got it. Cool. You are very creative with the way.
Thank you. So, and that's what I'm a creative. Like, I need a team. Like, I'm a creative guy. I'm a tech guy. I'm not the guy who even, pitching right now, this is getting out of my comfort zone, but this is something I got to do. So I just said, I'm going to do it. Let's do it. But I'm really a creative. I'm a creative person. That's what I do. And I feel like I can connect the culture to the tech world. I'm sorry?
Let's see what our audience thinks. So what are your thoughts on Shoot Your Shot? Would you use this as a dating platform? Should we move forward in due diligence? Eric, what do you think?
So I really commend you for how far you've come. Your creativity is awesome. Like when we were watching your video, I even told Jared, I was like, oh, I kind of like that. The tryouts, and then there's the draft, and then you're picking your team. Hopefully it's just one-on-one, right? Because you're not gonna have that big of a team, really. But anyway,
risk it.
so it's more of like a bowling team than it is like a football team, right? And so,
Bowling
so
team.
all right. Anyway, so then. But what I really want you to focus on, so I'm going to be a no for now, but it's really a no in service of you. What I really want you to focus on is how are you solving the problem for women, right? I would sit down and list out every problem women have with dating. And I'm just going to give you a for example, because I'm not doing anything with this idea and I've been sitting on it for a while. I've always had an idea for a dating app where as soon as people connected, they entered into a period where they can't talk to anybody else. So they both have the assurance that they're only speaking to each other and there's not other side conversations going on. I give you that as an example of like, you need to start thinking about what problem you're solving specifically for the women to bring people onto the dating app and use the functionality to do that.
Yeah, so this advice is awesome. And this exercise is critical for you, is to really think through who is the ideal customer for this. And it's always going to be the woman, like it's always going to be. So then it's looking at every other platform out there. And I know that what you showed us, it has a better user experience. It has some elements that are fun and it's almost like gamified. And that's wonderful, as long as that matters to the woman. Like as long as that is the problem that needs to be solved in the space of online dating. So there's this exercise called problem stacking. And we didn't create this exercise. Stripe did, the merchant processing company. We just expanded upon it for our use case. We've really turned this into like this multi-hour process now to identify all of the problems that exist in your ideal customer's life. And there's a lot of problems that exist for people that are looking to find love, like a lot, or just date in general. And what you want to make sure that you're solving is one of the top 5 problems. Because if you're solving problem number 74, they're not going to pay for it. They're not going to use it. They're going to be distracted. They might sign up and then bail on it. So it's so important to really identify what those problems are. You're incredibly creative. I commend you for that. I'm a no, because that's just not what I heard today, but we're always here. And when you uncover those things, please come back to Taking Pictures again. You did a great job. We appreciate you. All right, after commercial break, we'll have another entrepreneur in the tank.
Blueprinted is the place where you can go in and put those steps in there and then be able to impact the world and monetize on that by having a marketplace in the community that we're developing for you in Blueprinted.
So we've created the app for any expert to be able to come in and put their steps, their exact steps to success in our app and put it on a marketplace where people can go and buy their steps to any success.
Which napkin will become the next exit? Which MVP will evolve into a unicorn? Which cash-flowing tech company will reach the next level? Our hope and desire is that it's yours. Your idea, your MVP, your cash-flowing tech company. Now is your time. Head over to 10xincubator.com and submit your idea so that you get on the tank and give us the chance to transform your napkin into an exit. That's 10xincubator.com. That's 10xincubator.com. Let's go.